This week's Torah reading, which is called Pinchas, the name of somebody, is a direct continuation of the last event of last week's reading, called Balak. Over there, we find Pinchas killing Zimri, who was a leader of the tribe of Shimon, and Cosbi, who was a princess of the nation of Moab. In this particular week, God gives Pinchas a gift. The gift is to be a priest, him and the rest of the generations. Now, there were already priests. Aaron was a priest, Elazar was a priest. Actually, all the children of Aaron, from the moment that God decided that he would be a priest and all his descendants would be priests, Pinchas was already born. And he was not into the list of people that were designated as priests. So Pinchas was actually not a priest. After he killed Zimri and Cosbi, God gave him a gift. What's the gift? You will be a priest also. The simple question is, wait a second. The fact of being a priest is because your father is a priest, a Kohen. A Kohen can have a child that is a Kohen. There are certain situations in which even the children of Kohanim are not Kohanim, but I'm not going to go into the details. The point is that Kehuna, being a priest, is not something you can gain by doing something. Rather, it's something that your father gives you, and if your father is not a Kohen, a priest, so you're not a priest. How come in this week's reading, Pinchas is given this gift of being a Kohen? He was not a Kohen. So how come he gained this thing of being a Kohen? The simple answer is that the truth is that he was also a Kohen. Even though he was not designated in the list of Kohanim when God decided that this particular family, Aaron and his children, Nadav, Avihu, Elazar, Itamar, his 4 children would be Kohanim, would be priests, and all the descendants afterwards also, Pinchas was not on that list, even though he was born already. However, he was, so to speak, appropriate to be a priest, but there was something missing. What was missing? His input, so to speak, his work, his particular effort to reveal the fact that he was a priest. And what was that work? That work consisted on killing Zimri and Cosbi. What does that mean? The Torah tells us that when Pinchas saw that what they were doing, again, an inappropriate thing, he went to ask Moshe Rabbeinu. And he said, hey, you taught me that in this particular case I can kill them. So what's going on over here? Everybody was crying. That's the last event of Parshas Balak. Everybody was crying. All the judges were crying. Moshe was crying. What's going on? Said Pinchas. Come on, you taught me the law. And Moshe said, wait a second. If you remember this particular law, I forgot it. If you remember this particular law, you go and execute what the law tells us to do. And Pinchas went and did it. And he killed Zimri and Cosbi. What does it mean? Pinchas was a very regular person. Just one more of the whole people. Even though he was a grandson of Aaron, okay, very nice. The high priest, very nice. But he was a regular person. Again, he was not into the list of special people, priests, etc., etc. And he had all the odds against him to raise up and kill the prince, the leader of the tribe of Shimon. He was a nobody. And he felt like a nobody. And he went to ask Moshe, hey, why aren't you actually doing what the law says to do? To kill them. Why aren't you doing it? And Moshe Rabbeinu, he forgot the law. Why did he forget the law? Because he was waiting for Pinchas to gain the merit of revealing that he was a priest. But it took what is called in Hebrew Mesiras Nefesh, self-sacrifice. Pinchas was a kind of person that was ready for self-sacrifice. However, he didn't express it until the situation came into his hands. This teaches us that in many, many cases, when we see great people, big people not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and we ask ourselves, what am I? Who am I? I'm nobody. I'm nothing. My father is not a special person. My last name is not a special last name, and so on. Who am I to actually take a stand and do something? This event in our Torah reading, in our week's reading, teaches us that even if you see that great and big people are not doing anything, the fact that you saw that something has to be done and you know what has to be done is because you don't have to do it. The Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Hasidic movement, teaches us that every single situation that comes to your hand, if you're seeing this situation, it is because God knows that you are the only one that can actually accomplish what the situation needs to be accomplished. That's why Pinchas was not given this gift of being a priest before he actually did something. He was given this gift only after he really realized his potential. He had a tremendous, strong potential to be a priest, to be a sacrificed person, etc. But the situation needed to happen for him to reveal this potential. We have to know that, again, each one of us has a tremendous, amazing potential, but we need to realize it. We need to actually go and do things that we have to do. How do you know what you have to do? When God puts you in a specific situation in which you actually can do something, is because it's your task. It's your job to go and do something.